Well, hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a good weekend out there. It's Sunday, about midday when I'm shooting this. Saturday was real nice. Perfect day. Like, I got things done, got some work done, and then we had a nice rain shower roll in late afternoon, which of course makes you lazy, and didn't do very much, just kind of enjoyed the day. Anyhow, today I want to talk about the only way to do raw food diet. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you go down and hit that red button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. So what is the only way, the one true way to do a raw food diet? That's your way. That's your way. We're individuals. You know, I don't like this whole one size fits all type thing. Although, kind of got to temper that, walk that back a little bit. I also don't like the whole mentality of everybody just kind of trying to make it up. Like if something's uncomfortable for them, they kind of take the next step and go, well, I do this my way. So there's certain things about a way of eating that, yes, are kind of uniform, but depending on the individual, this raw food diet can be expressed in a lot of different ways. And a lot of times people, I'm just going to keep preaching this message until I guess I'm done doing these videos, is that people are just too fanatic about the raw part of it, and they don't use their brain a lot of times when it comes to that. I tell everybody, and this is just my advice, once again, people sometimes don't like it because I think it pushes a button, because maybe they've got somebody else in mind that's their guru or whatever, and it kind of threatens their guru, so I don't think they like it. But I say avoid these specific people, avoid these people that are telling you, first of all, there's just not enough background history on any of this raw food stuff. So I'm always very, a little bit suspicious in the first place of somebody if they're just claiming, they're talking with such absolutes. This is the way it's done. And they're not, I can understand, advocating for a plant-based diet. I can even understand about the aspects of the raw food diet, but it's just always, it's very cult-like. It's just, but this is the only way. And that is not the way, and that's not even the healthiest way for so many people. And people are actually doing the opposite, and then they go, see, basically what's happening here is a lot of people do things one particular way. That's why you get all this hate on the raw food diet. That's why you get a hate on the plant-based lifestyle in general. Because people are looking at these bad examples of people. They're looking at people that maybe they go all in on raw, and then 2 years later they're doing a video or something just destroying raw. Well, I sometimes look into these stories, and some of those people are the stubborn ones. They were the ones that there was no wiggle room for raw. They were the ones that were always babbling about being fruitarian and doing their little juice feast and juice fast. And to be quite honest, a lot of the ones that do those videos, I go back and do a little bit of homework. I go back and investigate a little bit. And a lot of times they're not making fair comparisons because they were doing a ridiculous version of the diet, of the lifestyle in the first place. Your Way, Raw Your Way, which is incidentally the name of the Facebook group I've got going now actually I've got it co-going with my friend Amanda, who is living down in Costa Rica, but that's the name of the group, Raw Tropical Living, Raw Your Way. You guys are welcome to come request to join. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a nice little mellow group, and I'm going to keep it like that. We ain't arguing about back and forth about these little minute things. I just want a lot of sharing over there. It's not for the purists, like I say, because like I say, it's just about getting to raw, but that's the name of the group. Anyway, Raw Tropical Living, Raw Your Way. But one size does not fit all. And I got thinking about this a little bit yesterday when I was in the group, and Amanda answered a question. I'd kind of forgotten. And then we actually had a little bit of conversation after she had answered the question. I had actually forgotten that she has pretty much healed herself from Crohn's, she was also she's healed herself from anemia because due to the Crohn's she wasn't absorbing, so she got really anemic. So she's got a lot of good, really good information, and I'm looking forward to introducing her really soon. She's going to start doing her YouTube channel soon. Like I say, she co-admins the group with me, and she's got a lot of good information. She just did this not little, it's an extensive course, the E. Cornell plant-based course. And also, too, she's cleared up her skin. So anyhow, the only reason I'm getting into that is we were talking about Crohn's, and she was talking about some specific issues on eating for Crohn's. Well, Crohn's eating is different. It's different, and she made some really good points. Like I say, with the science, she's a lot more adept at that than me, but like, you know, for some, and I've got a couple of different examples down there, something like Crohn's. Now, do you really expect somebody like me, are you really telling me there's one way to eat this raw food diet? And that somebody that has Crohn's, which is a very, from what I understand, painful and limiting disease for some, do you really expect like I should be eating the same way as somebody that has that does? Do you really think that somebody with autoimmune disorder should be eating like me? If you're watching my channel, if you have an autoimmune disorder, that's why when people say, well, I've got such and such, or they get very specific, I'm not that knowledgeable in that, but I'm knowledgeable enough to always give the same advice. If you have health issues, go find an expert. Go find somebody that is like has experienced the issue that you've experienced. I don't like theoretical. I don't like that book learning person. You know, I like that hands-on experience. But when you got somebody that's got hands-on experience, like they've had it, plus they have the learning, then that's next level. But yeah, no, somebody with an autoimmune disorder doesn't necessarily need to be eating like me, and it depends on what autoimmune disorder. Crohn's, no, maybe some people, and there's always a story of somebody that has, but a lot of people cannot do this fruitarian thing. They're not absorbing any minerals yet, so they just can't. There has to be a little adjustment on that. Candida is another one that Candida is like one of those things, people use that one a lot. Number one, it's an excuse. Now wait, before some people do not listen. They hear one thing and then they jump. You're ready to pounce right now, aren't you? I can see a couple of people out there. Candida is overblown. Like Candida is like this catch-all excuse. Like a lot of people that can't do the lifestyle, they can't hang on. They just basically want to go back to what they're eating. Oh, well, I've got Candida. But a lot of people do have Candida. I'm just saying that not everybody that's saying everybody's got Candida out there. I've never had Candida, but somebody with Candida should most definitely. In fact, I've seen some stubbornness in that area where people with Candida keep just trying. They're just relentless. They're going to do nothing. They're just going to fruit. And it may work for some people. I'm not even saying for everybody that has Candida, they can't get rid of it like that, but there's different protocols. And I know a number of people, and I don't care what any of the raw food purists say to you out there. I'm talking about people that have healed things. I'm not talking about people that have these kind of like, oh, well, I healed a pimple on my arm, or, you know, the small stuff. I'm talking about people that have healed things like Crohn's, cancer, and what have you. And I know people that also too with other autoimmune disorders, and many of these people's healing stories, I know it sounds more esoteric and it sounds more magical when all they did was, you know, eat grapes for 4,000 days, but a lot of people that I know, and I know personally, needed to use some cooked food to overcome this, whatever it was that they were dealing with. So in the end, stop being such a follower. Like I say, I'm going to keep telling you this till I stop doing this channel too. Dig. Self-educate yourself. I've been doing this lifestyle. June will be 7 years. Of everything that I've learned on this lifestyle in almost 7 years, maybe 1% of it comes from me asking direct questions to other people. I want to say it again, like I'm always saying. You've got such powerful tools at your fingertip, and the bottom of that is just going out, throwing out a question randomly into the social media universe. I see it. Hey, what about this? And these are serious questions. I'm like, do you really just want to throw a question out there and see what you get? Study, research, do it yourself. Listen, we have every library in the world in Google. We have almost a video on everything in the world in YouTube. So what I'm getting at here to finish up with is, like I always say, you have to be part of this process. No, you don't have to be part of this process. You have to be proactive. You need to lead this process and just be picking up information along the way. A lot of people just kind of want to get in a I don't know, they kind of want to get on the bus and let somebody else drive. What do you do here? What do I eat here? Where's another recipe? Blah, 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 blah. Basically what I see all the time is people that aren't putting any effort into it at all. They're just like relying on other people. Hey, what do I do about this? Hey, what do I do here? Blah, 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 blah. It's all with you. It's all with you. You can't, and don't ever use that excuse of so-and-so. I really hate those videos when somebody goes away that such and such led me astray. Such and such led me down a dangerous path. Don't ever give your power to anybody, especially when it comes to your health. Anyhow, just my 2 cents worth. Hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great week. Love you all. Peace.